I'm Scott McGuigan from Iterative Doors, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about turkey calling with intent. Now, if you read my article, How to Call Like a Boss, one of the things I talk about is calling with intent. And what I mean by that is that your calling is essentially a sales pitch at some level when you start to interact with a bird one-on-one. Now, when you go out in the morning and you're trying to locate a bird, or you get a gobble and you go to hunt that bird, I mean, you want to play that fairly passively, right? Ideally, you want to engage that bird and get him to fly down to you. You want him to come your way. And if that happens, then no need to ramp things up. Then you want to be elusive. Then you want to be mysterious. But when you get a bird that gets hung up or is very responsive and he's not coming, then you need to think about ways to break his will, pique his interest, whatever. At that point, when turkey calling becomes a one-on-one interaction with another bird, you need to think of stories and plot lines as to, what's preventing you from going to the bird. Because in nature, a hen that's very receptive is going to go to that tom. So have a listen to some of these calls in the field, and here's a little tactic that I think you'll find is successful if you learn how to use it well.
When I start off in the morning and I'm talking to a bird on the roost or a bird that gets on the ground first thing and it's gobbling, I don't know yet whether there's a hen for sure with it, or maybe there's multiple toms around. Basically, I want to let the bird know where I am. So I'm going to start with a series of yelps that's fairly subdued, again, just to let the bird know where I am. On the mouth call, something like this. Now, when I start to challenge a hen or a tom's hung up and he's gobbling but won't come, then I want to really be aggressive. I want to imitate a boss hen. I want to challenge any hen in the area's dominance, and by sounding like that hen, often a gobbler will be inquisitive. So I really ramp up both the volume of the calling and also the speed of the calls. I've certainly heard it in the woods. You don't hear it a lot, but it certainly can happen. But it is something that will get a bird moving and into your direction. So that would sound something like this, first on the slate and then on the mouth call. Might not sound the most natural. It's certainly something that does happen, and it's a very effective technique. Again, if a bird's coming, play it safe. The bird will likely show up. But if you really need to challenge a bird's dominance or try to bring a tom in tow behind a hen, these are good techniques, so give it a try.